Hard work is a very crucial ingredient in attaining success, but hard work is not the only ingredient that you need to attain success. There are various ingredients that could help you attain success. For example, your mindset is very important in attaining success, the environment you find yourself, the people you surround yourself with, and even your family. But with all this said and done, there is one very important ingredient that even if you get the good mindset, the good family, the good friend and associates, and all these other factors, but this one ingredient is not added to all these factors, success can never be attained. If you want to know this one particular factor, keep watching this video and let's get into the video. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Furo and this is Furo TV. On today's video, we are going to be analyzing and reacting to this particular content creator. I have been watching her video for a couple of times. So her name is Elsa Maimo. I think I'm pronouncing it right, but if I'm not, please forgive me. This girl used to do videos then when I used to watch her, where she'll be eating and laughing. She'll her laughs were very distinctive. I will insert one of her videos if I find that video for you guys to remember her, just Netflix. To drag your mind back to who she is. Yes, I used to watch her from those days when she was very skinny, very looking Africana, looking like Zimbabwe. It was giving Zimbabwe, okay? Remember those are hair she will make? Yeah. You get it now. So for some reasons, that is one thing I love about content creation. I love about posting yourself online. I will say it and say it again. If you are not posting yourself online, I don't know what you are doing. And even if you are posting and you're not getting the results that you need, just keep posting. Just keep posting. One day, God will smile at you. That is why I said to you, there are various factors that determine success, but there is one particular one that if that one is not added, even if you work hard, even if you have successful family or successful environment, successful pals and allies, but this particular one does not join in this whole thing, my sister in the Lord, you are not going to get there, okay? So for content creator purposes, even if you have big YouTuber that is posting your videos, you are creating the content, you got the right equipment, everything aesthetically pleasing as they call them, but this one particular factor is not added, you are not going to attain success. Yes. And I want you to understand that success is in different levels and different phases and different departments of your life. So don't generalize one place and say, oh, this is success for me. But anyway, before I start to preach, let me play Elsa Maimo or Maimo video, and then I will come back and give you that particular ingredients that you need to crown all your effort and make it successful. So let's go and watch her video.
Sending money back home or to your extended family is such a common African practice that I absolutely hate. I saw my dad doing it, and I don't even know any of my extended family. I saw him doing it with his brothers, with his sisters, with his grandparents, parents, like everyone in the family. As long as you have a job, they expect you to share that money accordingly, and that is just something I will not be participating in. I already knew I would never participate in this. Like, how do you come and tell me, oh, my kids are starving? Yeah, they're starving because you're fucking lazy. Get off your ass, get a job, and feed your kids. And also, there's this one like extended family member of ours, and she used to ask my dad for money, and she texted me, and she asks me for money. You've been asking my dad for money since before I was born. I was raised, I grew up. Now you're asking me for money. You lazy son of a bitch. I am not fitting your habits. I'm not fit. Clearly, you're too lazy to be alive. I will let you starve. The fuck?
I don't know if I should call this girl Gen Z. Gen Z. Gen Z these days. You people are going to bring out legs of human beings outside. So this girl, she said her own, and I am not, in any way against you making your decision or making your point or doing whatever you want to do with your mouth and your platform and your camera and your everything. But I thought I'd do a reaction to this video to remind you guys that the fact that you're successful does not mean that you work harder than anybody or you are the most hardest working person there is on earth. It doesn't mean that, because let me tell you something, the most hardworking people I know, the most determined people I know, the people that 5 o'clock they are up, they will not sleep till 12 midnight, 1 midnight, and they will sleep again, and they will wake up by 5, are the most poorest people on the planet. Let me tell you those people. You know Mama Put. If you grew up in Nigeria, you will know Mama Put. Mama Put people, they wake up 3 a.m. to make rice, jollof rice, all those things, and go and sell by 5, sometimes 6 o'clock. So from 3 a.m. they'll make stew, different designer food, different kind of food that they are making. They'll make stew, jollof, they'll make porridge, they'll make different varieties of food. So they'll wake up from 3 a.m. All the Mama Put I know wake up from 3 a.m. so that by 6, when people's children are going to school, they can carry plates and buy food from Mama Put. In case you are a Jabota, you will not understand what I'm trying to say. But while I was growing up, if for any reason my mom cannot meet up with making our food to take to school, we have this Mama Put. God bless her soul, she is late now. I had to call her name just to give her the credit. Ekabro was one of the hardest working people I know. Ekabro wakes up as early as 3 or even earlier to make different food for children to eat in the evening. And then we have another one in our street. I don't want to call that one's name because that one is still alive, okay? Who makes food for breakfast. So she wakes up at 3 a.m., make all this food, put them in trolley, her own, she pushes it door to door, door to door. We call her Mama something too. So I don't want to, call her child's name. But she makes her food. If you go, she has beans, she has rice, she has yam, she has plantain, she has stew. Oh God, she has soup, name it. She wakes up by 3 a.m. every morning, make her food by 6:30. These meals are ready for you to consume for breakfast or to buy for your kids to take to school. But these people are the most poorest of the poorest people that could barely afford the good things of life, that could barely afford majority of the things they need to survive. They are hardworking. They are determined. So one thing I want you, my sister, to take home in case you ever see this video, the fact that you're successful and someone else is begging you does not mean that you worked harder than that person. That's one thing a lot of us are forgetting. Especially for those of you that are abroad. Once you come abroad, you start saying, oh, I cannot send money back home. I cannot do like this back home. I don't blame you. I blame on a family member who they even ask you for money. Now I blame. Because somebody like me, once you put out a video like that and be bashing me, I know it's content most of the time because we want to see those things. Those things, it gives people like cushion their conscience and say, oh, if somebody else is doing it, I'm doing it, okay. It cushions people's conscience. But the truth is, the fact that you're successful and someone else is asking from you does not mean that you are better off or you worked harder than anybody. Okay? It doesn't mean that you did so much work than that person that is asking from you. If you really don't have, honestly, someone asks you and say, oh, please help me with this whole thing, and you think you really don't have that thing to offer to that person, I think you should just say you don't have. Just say you don't have. You just say you don't have. Don't refer to this person as poor, because hard work, according to this lady has just highlighted, hard work is not the only determinant factor to success. There's a lot of things that determine success, okay? A lot of things. Things like the family you come from, the people you surround yourself with, because the people you surround yourself with will determine the kind of information you get. The environment you find yourself in is very, very important. Let me give you a story. I don't know if I've ever shared this story on this platform, but let me give you a story of how I became who I am today. I might not be really, really successful, but I feel like among the women or generations of women in the family I come from, I've done a lot of things different from the way they've done things. And for that reason, I think I have paved a good starting point for people or women that will come after me in my lineage, from my womb or whatever. Okay, so I grew up in a family where I will not say we were poor. We didn't have much, but at the same time we weren't poor, because around the environment where I grew up in, I think we had more privilege and more opportunity compared to other kids around there. But majority of the people that I found myself around were single moms. Not saying single mom is a bad thing, but life is good when you have a child and you have someone that you are doing life with, okay? If you decide to be a single mom by choice, it's fine. But when it is not because of your decision, it's because of life condition, then it is really, really not okay. Okay, so most of the people I found around myself were moms who were single moms, not by choice, but because life threw what it threw at them. And these women had to battle parenting all by themselves. And watching how these women struggled, one of the things I told myself was I was not going to have any child at home. From 15, 16, I dreaded having a child at home because I felt like these women were really, really suffering. Yeah, they were really, really suffering. They were struggling. So I dreaded not having a child at home. And then I didn't have so much people that had money the way I wanted to have, or the way like the women I wanted to be like. But from afar, I saw a few women that I picked out things from them. I picked out who I wanted to be from them, but they were not complete package. So that made me not to have clarity of the kind of woman I wanted to be. Then from there I got into university. I went to school in the university, and somehow I started going to this church, Carpenter's Church. In Carpenter's Church, I found a lot of women who were married, a lot of women who were comfortable, a lot of pretty women, a lot of women who had healthy marriages and healthy husbands, and husbands who respected them more than the ones I've seen. Because majority of the men I've seen growing up were men who felt that women were supposed to be subdued, women should be handled with hardness and in hardship for them to continue to remain submissive. Women are not supposed to speak. But when I started attending the Carpenter's Church, I realized that a woman is also an individual, just like you, that is a male. A woman has the right to work, a woman has the right to make money, a woman has the right to do this and that. And then this environment helped me pave the kind of woman I wanted to be. This environment made me feel like my life does not completely determine on just being a wife and having children. Because before then, my only goal was being a wife and having children. This environment gave me the zeal to want to go to school, to want to start working, to want to be a wife and a good wife and get married to a good husband and have children, to make money, to try to balance and be successful in every areas of my life. This environment started teaching me how to prioritize different areas of my life and understand that success is in different departments, and these different departments of one's life, you have to keep thriving, you have to keep working on it until you attain the level of success you want. Okay, so I learned all these things in this environment. So imagine I didn't find myself in this environment, so probably I would have ended up like these other women who had kids at home, who didn't wait enough for a man to get married to them, or the dignity enough for a man to show interest, and who just threw themselves on men like that for free and all the rest of them. God helping me, I went through university, I got married, I have kids, if you're following me on this channel. So what am I trying to say in this life? The environment you found yourself in is very, very important when it comes to success. The people you find yourself around and so many other factors is very, very important in attaining success. And you have to understand that success is not only when you make money, okay? Success in marriage. If you're married and you have a healthy and a happy marriage, you have attained success in marriage. If you get married and you have children, which is if that's your cup of tea, you have attained success in bearing children. If you start raising these children and these children turn out to be good people that society is proud of, you've attained success in children, in raising your children. You get that now? Yeah, so success is in different departments. But one thing I want you to understand is success is not only determined by your hard work. Success is not only determined because you till the ground. Success is not only even determined because you found yourself with the right people at the right time. Success is determined by all these factors, including one factor that is very, very important, which I have not mentioned here. So the fact that you attain success does not mean that you worked harder than anybody. So calm down, okay? Calm down. Now I'll give you another story of mine. When I was growing up, because I was looking and trying to pave my life and trying to live a different life from the women I found around me and trying to go the different way, I was a bit of a troubled young adult. And then along the line where I was trying to identify myself and know myself and figure out what I want to do with my life, with all these things going on in my head, I didn't have like much guidance of how to go about these things. All this thing was just going on in my head as a young girl. And at exactly 15, I lost my mom. Okay, I lost my mom, and this hit me so bad. I remember I lost my mom on the 13th of June. I will never forget. And on the 15th of June, I was turning 15. And this hit me so bad, okay? It's not now that your child will be sick. I remember the last time my teenage child was sick, and I took my teenage child to the hospital, and doctor was taking the teenage child by the corner and be asking, is your mommy doing this? Is your mommy doing that? Are you sure it's emotional? Are you doing like this? Interrogating my child. I just do one side, they laugh. It's not now that when a child is sick, you people will be investigating. That time, if you are sick, all your parents know to give you is paracetamol. They don't know if it's emotional. They don't want to know. All they know is, oh, you have fever, take paracetamol. At most, they give you chloroquine. That makes it still day night again. So at most, they will give you chloroquine, and you drink and chill, and somehow the fever will go. But I knew that it was not about fever. It was not about that I was having headache, but there was something that was going on inside of me. So I found so many ways to express myself. So I was that child that you would tell me not to wear trousers. I remember then my dad would say, don't wear trousers. My uncle would say, don't wear trousers. Mommy, go wear that trouser. I go wear that trouser. So instead of me not to wear them, okay, don't wear them. Man, don't wear them for house, no problem. I will carry that trouser, come on for road, go wear them for road, they go where they go. Now that doesn't mean I was the most, corrupt child, but that was just me expressing myself, okay? And I was that person that would tell you how it is, whether you like them or not. I was a troubled teen in a way, or a troubled young adult in a way. So because of this, a lot of people that I grew up around labeled me a lot of things. Some of them thought I was a bad girl. And I remember my uncles and aunties were going to say, oh, with this character, I don't go marry you. With this character, I don't go marry you. With this character, I don't go marry you. I remember one time I was losing weight rapidly because I was so worried how I was going to navigate this life without my mom. So I was losing weight rapidly. And the people that were around me, the adults that were around me, the only thing they could think of that was making me lose weight, and it was not as if I was fat before. I wasn't even fat before. So the only thing that these adults could think of that was making me lose weight was because I had an abortion. And truth be told, at that time I was still a virgin. I've not had anything to do with any man. So they were like, I had abortion. Some of them were even using to mock me. Oh, you don't get belly. Oh, you don't go come up belly. That make you slim like this. Oh, no worry, you don't go see husband married. All these things. But trust me, I was the first among every girl around me that got married. I was the first among all the girls that got married. Now, this is not to brag. It took some years for every one of them around me to start getting married. All the people all of them that were going to children's church, that were going to Bible study, and me, I wasn't going, because me, I was not going to church. I had crisis with church. I wasn't going to church. So if my parents were going to this church, I would go there, one wahala or the other. They will say this, they will say that. Finally, my mom died, and my dad said attending Mountain of Fire. And I remember going to Mountain of Fire with my parents, and the pastor no see anybody to point out. Now me, the pastor point out, say, now me do this, I do like this, I need prayer. So I hated going to church. So most of the children or young girls that were around me used to go to Bible study, choir rehearsal, this one, that one. But me, I wasn't in love with going to church. And a lot of people felt I was a bad person, I was not good. And so because of that, they'll be like, oh, I cannot forget. They kept ringing it in my ear. Oh, you know go marry, you know go your husband's house. With this your character, you cannot get married. Oh, you know go born pikin. Oh, since they lose weight, you don't go remove belly. You know go born pikin. You know go feel born. You be God. You be God. But how you go just sit down for your house, just assume say I remove belly? How? Because at this time, I was still a virgin. I was around, I think, 17, 18, 19, that period when this thing was happening. I was still a virgin. And you're telling me, say, I don't go remove belly. I don't even know where did they remove belly. But let me tell you, in all these things, I was the first to get married. I was the first that had children without struggle and anything. But that is not to say that I worked hard or I did anything special. That is to tell you that sometimes when successful things happen around you, it's not because you did anything exceptional, but there are external factors that will crown your effort. So your hard work, your determination, your environment, your rich family, opportunities that come your way, they might all come together. But if those external factors does not come in alignment with all these other factors to make you successful, you won't go nowhere. You won't go nowhere. So every time you feel that laughing at someone by your side because they ask you for something, know that it is not by your power, neither is it by your mind, but it's by the grace of God, okay, that you have gotten everything you've gotten. So those external factors can be God. If you believe in God like me, I do, I believe that everything I touch my hands on will turn gold through the grace of God. So that's what I believe in. So if you believe in God, it will happen for you. Whatever you believe in, if those external factors come together and crown your effort, then you will be successful. So forget it too. Don't say because say you're another person they beg you, now I mean say the person they lazy, you don't they work hard. No think so. A lot of us do this video. Oh, people in Nigeria, people in Africa think that people in the diaspora make money, make this. I know those people they have their own wahala. Me too, I have my own fair share. They have their own wahala, they have their own stress. But trust me, be grateful that you are actually in a position where someone can look at you and say, please, my sister, help me. It is in your own position, if you don't have to help, to say, oh, I no get. That's why you have to build confidence and build yourself to the point where you can say no or yes. So it is in your own right or your own discretion now that you will say, oh, I no get, I get. But nothing say, because say another person they ask you, now mean say the person no work hard, you work hard. Because some of the hardest working people I know, just like I've told you, are people who are the most poor and wretched people on planet Earth. Just like YouTube, the fact that your channel is taking off, another person's channel is not taking off, does not mean that you have done something exceptionally well. Yeah, you can do something exceptionally well, which are these factors: posting content, being consistent, and all the rest of them. But once your external factors crown all these things for you, your channel will take off and people will be asking, which strategy do you use? That's when you begin to sell this on a 419 course, one that they sell online. Say, come, I will teach you how to do YouTube. There's nothing anybody can teach you. It's just that the odds have worked in their favor. So you will keep trying your best until the odds work in your favor. That is what I have to say to you guys. And you that is begging, also know that the person that you are begging from is also a human being and is trying to attain to a particular point. So when you beg, you get where you go reach, a bar break. A bar waiting, break. A bar stop. So that this person does not get frustrated to the point where they will make this kind of videos and say, oh, you are a wretched and you're a poor person. You have to also take in recognition of yourself and the effort this person is putting for you. And you also, get some dignity. Get some dignity. And know that they do not create this person for you. Because I know sometimes it's out of frustration that people do this kind of videos. So you too have to get some dignity. There's a video I saw of someone saying, oh, people in Nigeria, they will call you, they will borrow you money, they will not give. When you borrow money, when you call somebody, you say, oh, na borrow. As long as you put that money, say na borrow, even if na 5 naira, return them back. Return that money back, even if it's 10 kobo, even if you feel like this person has that money in multiple fold, return it back. Because it's from that small borrow that the person borrowed you that the person is going to borrow a big one. If the person borrow you 1,000 naira and you call and borrow, you don't call and dash, you call and borrow, so the person is expecting that money back and you don't return it, the person is not going to borrow you when it's time for you to get 200k. So that's why you have to be self-disciplined. If you say, give me 100, I will give you back. Give the person back at the time that is set to be given back. Until when your own luck go shine, when your external factor, when your odds will come together and favor you. While you are living off this particular person, make sure that you do not abuse the opportunity. You use that opportunity wisely. That is what I have to say to you guys in this video. I hope this video finds you well. Until I see you in another video. Bye bye.